Well, it has begun, folks. The first annual Autumn Fest here in Lansing's Fox Point. And the very first guy we're going to get an interview with here today is Fred Postma, who's got a very unique contribution to the Autumn Fest. Fred, tell us a little bit about what's behind us and what's this all about anyway?
Well, I've been making beanbag games, it's commonly called cornhole, for the last 7-8 years. And was approached this year to run a beanbag tournament at the first Lansing Autumn Fest.
What's a beanbag tournament?
Well, it's a competitive tournament for beanbags. It's played similar to horseshoes, except you're pitching a beanbag into a hole on an inclined board, and the object of the game obviously is to get the most points on the board in the hole, and so it becomes very competitive. And so what we did this year is that we went to various sponsors. You know, we're looking for sponsors. We went to the various companies in the town here, see if we could get sponsors. And these are some of the sponsors that have contributed to putting this together.
Okay, so tell me how it works, because you're actually going to do this one time, 2 times, 3 times, and they're starting to sell tickets now. It's Friday night. Right. This will be the first time it's airing Friday night. So if I'm watching this Friday night, how do I get involved?
Well, tonight we're going to be signing people up here. The tournament is tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, weather permitting.
Saturday at 3.
Saturday at 3. We will be here from noon on, so if people want to come and sign up before that, we will do that too. There will be cash prizes for the first, second, and third place winners. We're going to be having various drawings because we've had other sponsors donate things for drawings. $75 gift certificate at Norland's, $25 gift certificate at BP, and some food baskets at Culver's, and various other things.
And those are things that we win?
There'll be things, they're not being won, they're a drawing. So
okay.
So the winners have to be skilled. The people who get things from the drawings don't have to be skilled at all, but they do have to be a participant.
So if I'm coming down tonight or coming down Saturday morning, what do I got to do in order to participate?
Well, we're having a table here set up right by the entry here. It'll be $20 for a team to come in, and we're basically getting your name and your phone number so that we can call you if you're not around when your time comes up. And the tournament will start tomorrow promptly at 3.
All right, that's 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's Saturday afternoon. If you don't see anything else, look for Fred. I don't know if you're going to be wearing the Bears outfit tomorrow as well.
Why not?
But an opportunity to contribute, to have fun. If you're not so skilled, to get a certificate.
That's right.
And it's down by the front entrance. Sign up right now. Fred, thanks so much for being part of the first Autumn Fest. Any word you want to say to encourage the beanbag players?
Bring your best game. There's going to be some skilled players here. There's people coming from various companies that said we're going to show up and show you what we got. So it ought to be a lot of fun, and just come for the fun. And we have some hay bales around here, so if you don't want to play, you can still watch too.
And Channel 4 will be there to show you all the action. Well, one of the most exciting things here at the Autumn Fest is the first ever grand prize of a living, breathing, brand new automobile, correct? This is Marcia, who's heading up, at least for this afternoon, the whole raffle. Tell us a little bit about it, how we're doing, and how far we have to go yet.
Okay, right now we have, as of last night, 2,075 tickets have been sold through a lot of our organizations in town, and part of the money goes to the fest, and part of the money goes to each organization. It all depends how many we sell. So as of today, right now, 2,100 are in. We have 400 left to sell, and hopefully we'll get them all this weekend. We'll be gone.
And Marcia, will you be selling them all throughout the entire 3 days?
Yes, we will.
And will you sell more than the 2,500, or is that going to be the limit?
2,500.
So talk a little bit about what that means for the person participating in terms of the odds, the prizes that are going to be there, and of course the grand prize.
Okay, well, the first prize is the car, and then there's 2nd through 10th cash money totaling to $10,000. So 11 winners, there will be out of the 2,500. So, but we've got to make sure we sell all of them. So if we, right now we're up to the 2,100. So by this weekend, if we could sell 100 each day, hopefully it'll be all sold. And Sunday afternoon between 2 and 3, we will call the prize, for each prize.
Okay, now you've said it once before, but it's like they have to pay a ticket like $100 or something, right?
$20, just only $20 for the ticket.
So $20, 2,500 tickets,
Right.
and remind them again of all those prizes.
Okay, the car, and then 10,000 in cash prizes, 2nd through 10th. So like the second prize is 3,500, third prize 2,500, and then it gets a little bit lower each prizes.
And I think I can say, having been here in Lansing for a lot of years and with Channel 4 for a lot of years, there's never been a raffle quite like this here in Lansing. And this is to launch the first Autumn Fest. How did this come about?
It just came through a group of people, those 4 ladies that put us on, a board, got all different organizations, and we sat down, and then they said, everybody got any ideas? My husband came up with one of his friends, let's do this car raffle, went to the Chevy dealer by Ridgeway, and this is what we're doing right now. So it should be a success.
And they have ordered absolutely perfect weather, as you can see here. It's going to be that way through the whole weekend. So come on down, make sure you get your raffle ticket when you come on in. And who knows, you might be driving away, not in that little puddle jumper that you currently have, but that new Chevy. Marcia.
Don't forget to buy yours. Okay?
Thank you, Marcia. Good to see you. And that's the latest from the Autumn Fest right here at Fox Point. It's Oktoberfest, the very first ever here at Fox Point for Channel 4. This is Jerry Freeman with Commander Pete Grutsius, who's been busy here with the police department and a bunch of cadets all day long. Tell me a little bit about this. Is the first time effort for Lansing. How does the police department plan for something like this?
Actually, we were approached by the committee a couple of months ago, and with this whole idea of getting the community and the community service organizations together for really a chance to come out and showcase Lansing and our beautiful downtown area here. And obviously, we were happy to be invited to the table and be a part of all this.
Well, it sounds already like it's not just a police duty for you. You have something really positive to say about this kind of an event in Lansing.
Oh, absolutely. I think, this is a beautiful area down here, the renovations that have been going on, and it's kind of nice to showcase our town. I mean, hopefully we get a lot of people coming from outside of Lansing and can see what our community organizations have to offer, and people can enjoy some good old-fashioned Lansing hospitality.
Now, we don't really know how many people are going to come tonight or tomorrow or Sunday. So how does the police department plan for something like this?
We try to look at at kind of anticipating what the possible needs and concerns will be. Obviously, with crowd control, we have to kind of guesstimate what we think is going to happen here. We're keeping our fingers crossed that Mother Nature will be kind to us with the weather. That's looks like it's a possibility, but we do have plans in place for basically whatever might happen out here this weekend.
Well, this is a very first time event here at what we're calling now Fox Point. I mean, from the fences to the outhouses to where the stage goes, where you run the wires, and is all of this, how does this get planned? Is that under the police department, fire department, village, park district? How does that work?
You know what? It was really a great team effort. We sat down with the Public Works Director, Superintendent Ron Bannon, and his team, Fire Chief Grigorovic. Obviously everybody came to the table. The new village administrator, Jay Weinsma, had a meeting with us to make sure that we were all on the same page. Everybody's coordinated to try to make this as the best possible successful event we can.
Anything specifically? This will air Friday night tonight, and then there's Saturday and Sunday. Anything you want to say to the residents about traffic flow or parking, or any suggestions about getting down to participate in this event?
Watch for the signage on parking. There'll be designated spots for handicap parking. Use the municipal lots that are along Ridge Road, back into the neighborhoods. The Washington Street complex is now owned by the village. It's at the between where Washington intersects with Roy. We've got a man parking lot there. Find a spot, come on out, enjoy yourself, have a good time, drink responsibly, all those good things that us cops like to say.
And last question, are you on duty the whole time while you're here, or are you going to be able to just hang and enjoy it a little bit too?
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be on duty most of this weekend, so I'm the contact guy. So I'm going to enjoy the music and enjoy watching a lot of my friends and neighbors have a great time out here.
I'm going to tell Lansing a secret right now, because just before we went on the air, the band was playing. He knew all the songs, and he was already singing along with it, so we had to wait till the band stopped before we could have this interview. Commander Gricius, thanks so much, and congratulations to you and the police department for at least getting it this far, and we'll check with you maybe Sunday and see how things are there.
Sounds great, Jerry. Thanks. Take care.
And that's the latest from Autumn Fest right here at Fox Park.
All right, we're here at the second day of the Lansing Autumn Fest. I'm Neil Murphy, and I'm here with Dr. Renee Hale of the Chamber of Commerce. First of all, thank you, Renee Hale, for meeting with us.
Thank you. It's delightful to be here today, even though it's raining.
Well, I know you spent a lot of time with Channel 4 lately, but not so much on the Autumn Fest, and that leads me to ask, what has the Chamber's involvement been here?
Well, we're right in the middle of everything, and we are providing lots of services to people, like information, and all of the volunteer committee is meeting in our place as a headquarters, and so anything that needs to go through a clearinghouse, that's us. So if you need to know anything, come to our place, and if we don't know the answer, we'll turn on one of our little radios and get somebody who does.
Radios, so you guys are keeping in contact here. I mean, this is a big event, so you constantly have to be talking to people?
Yes, we are. We're headquarters central. We share information through our office, and then people do come in and check in and pick up things that they need and go back out again. So yeah, we are the central point of communication.
And who did you have to work with this to get it going, and who would you like to thank while you're here, you know?
Oh boy, now that's a long list, and I'm afraid to get started on that list.
Well, then just who did you have to work with to get it going?
Yeah, well, again, this goes back to the idea that all of the entities in town are working together. And so we have the Lansing Association of Community Events, and they are actually the forming body that made this whole event happen. So you have them, and then you have the village municipality, you have the police department, public works. Almost all of those people sat down regularly beforehand to work this out. So all I can say is everybody working together made it happen, and a big thank you to all of them.
It is a big event. I mean, I am surprised at how many people have been coming out and how many more keep coming out, especially towards the evening. And I guess my question is to you. I know you, Renee. I know you're working hard.
Yeah.
Have you had time to have fun out here? Have you had fun out here?
Oh, I've had lots of fun, but it hasn't really been out here. It's kind of been on the other side of the street where the chamber office is, but we're having a great time. And we have our own booth, so come by and see us.
Well, there you have it. Renee Hale, come by and see her. You have today and tomorrow, so come by, check it out. If you have any questions, they can come to you, stop by the chamber, and then check out everything else here. Well, I'm here with Vivian Payne of the Village of Lansing, Mayor's Assistant. And I guess I wanted to ask, just how are you enjoying the Lansing Autumn Fest so far?
Oh, it's great. I mean, the weather obviously could be better, but we had a great turnout last night, and a lot of people, despite the weather, are coming out today. And it's just, the music's great, as you can hear, and we're having a great time.
Yeah, it's a real festive event, and part of that is also you helped out a little bit, did you not?
I did, a little bit. My husband and I were on the fundraising committee, trying to get sponsorships to actually put the whole thing together. So we helped out with that. I helped out with the bingo, and then tomorrow afternoon, Sunday, we are hosting a chili cook-off in the fire station.
Oh, a chili cook-off. We can look forward to that tomorrow. You're going to be a part of that?
I am. Well, I'm not cooking, but I'm putting it all together. We've got about 7 or 8 entries, and we've got some judges, and so there will be a first place winner, and then there will be a People's Choice winner, so people can come through and taste the chili.
I think that's one of the great things about this event is that there's always something new every day, something a little different, including some of the expected stuff. So it really, you know, people are really responding to that. And you said bingo. Was that not a kind of a family event for you?
It was a little bit of a family event for us. My husband was the caller for 3 hours. He called bingo. And my daughter is home from school, so she helped out also today. So it was the 3 of us in there with a bunch of other volunteers, and yeah, it started off pretty strong and kind of fizzled out a little bit later. But we had a good turnout the first 2 hours, so it was fun.
That's great. I'm glad you're having a fun time. Have you done any other events here? Have you been a part of anything else here so far?
No, I haven't. No.
You haven't had time.
I haven't. No, we got here last night and came out and enjoyed the music and the food, and bingo today and chili tomorrow. So
great. Well, keep enjoying it, and we'll see what else is happening. Well, I'm here with Debbie Albrecht from the Lansing Library, and Debbie, we got this great music in the background that we've seen so much stuff, and you had some involvement with that, is that correct?
Yes, the library helped with the music. We have winter concert series in the winter, so we get to preview some bands, so we thought it would be helpful in getting some good bands up here.
And how has the reception been towards it?
It's been awesome. Last night we had 2 bands up here, a German band and Music Meisters, and they were here early. We had a lot of seniors here, brought some beer, it was awesome. And then after that, the Unstoppables were here. They play classic rock, and they're the band that always comes for our block party. So it was fabulous. There were lots of people here last night. We had a great time.
And how did you get this all together? I mean, that's a lot of coordinating. I mean, who helped you out with that, or was it all the library?
Oh no, I mean, this fest has taken hundreds of people to put together. We did a tiny little piece at the library and helped with some of the music. Of course, Sandra Yashway, I couldn't do anything without her. She helps me at the library immensely with music. And we're listening to Smiley Tillman behind us, who is a band that Sandra found. And tomorrow the Legacy Girls will be here, and they're the ones that do the World War II Andrews Sisters music. So we've also had them that Sandra found. So we'll listen to them before the Pillars of Honor ceremony.
Well, Channel 4 has been impressed and really enjoyed the music. I know a lot of people I have talked to have enjoyed it. So I should say that's a success. Now, besides the music, have you had a chance to engage in either some of the food or the other activities here?
Well, how can you not eat the food?
That was a silly question. It was a silly one.
Of course, I've had food, I've had some beer, I've walked through the craft booths. So there's lots to do up here, and it's really been fun.
Well, it sounds like Debbie's saying, come on out and check it out. You have tomorrow, Sunday, to check this out. So come on by, get some food, meet with people. It's a fun time. Am I right?
Absolutely. I've heard so many comments about people who've been up here. Oh, I ran into neighbors I haven't seen in months, or in some cases in years. So people are reconnecting with their neighbors, and that's what this is all about.
That is what it's all about. So come on out, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'm here at the 3rd day of the Lansing Autumn Fest, and I'm here with John Wilson of the Lanark Park District and Noreen Lake with the Pillars of Honor. And this is where we are. We're out at TF South right now, and they're setting up for the Pillars of Honor. Now, John, I know you were involved in this. Why don't you talk about your involvement with this a little bit?
The Pillars of Honor is here today. The Lansing Park District is hosting it for the festival. We've found out about the Pillars of Honor through the internet and some other World War II information that I received. And we contacted Noreen, and that was probably a year ago.
About a year ago, yeah.
And they're here today.
And Noreen, so for a thing like this, what do you have to do to get this together? I mean, where are you guys from originally? We don't know much about the Pillars of Honor. I'd like to know more.
Okay, Pillars of Honor was, we're located in Des Plaines. We have an office in Des Plaines. And what we have is the original model of the World War II memorial that was built in Washington, D.C. And what we do is we travel around with it for the vets that can't travel to Washington, D.C. to see their model. So what we do is we got the model from the architect that was in Rhode Island, and it's on loan to us for this time, and eventually we hope to see it go in the Smithsonian.
Wow, that's amazing actually. If it ends up over there, what is the show? What does this whole show consist of? How long is it? What are we going to be hearing besides just about the Pillars of Honor?
It's about an hour and a half program. We have military presentations. We have a branch of service medley we do. We have a speaker. Today's speaker is a tomb guard, a former tomb guard of the unknown soldier. We have presentations for our vets, and then we have a PowerPoint presentation that gives you the history and how the memorial was built and the significance of it and what all the pieces mean and all that kind of thing. And then we have, afterwards, we let the vets go up and actually look at what it looks like. It's not the same as Washington, D.C., but it's as close as we can get them.
And how has the reaction been for the veterans to see that? How do they usually react to that?
Oh, sometimes we have them in tears. They're so happy, and they're usually very appreciative of the fact that we've done this. It's a big project. We started at 7 o'clock this morning. The model weighs about 800 pounds, so you can see it's a big undertaking to bring it. But for our World War II vets, it's worth it. We have so few of them left, and they're all 90 plus, so they just can't travel anymore. But this is important. They were an important piece of our history, and we just want to say thank you to them.
Well, we're glad you're out here and that you're able to share this with Lansing on this awesome day. John, back to the Lansing Autumn Fest a bit here. You've been out there. How have you enjoyed it? Have you had a chance to get out and enjoy anything over there?
First, before I talk about Lansing Autumn Fest, I want to thank TF South and School District 215. They've provided this facility for us at no charge. Judy Whalen, the principal here, and her staff has been cooperative. We have the culinary department doing the coffee, the water. They made some cookies. Calumet Bakery baked a cake for 300 people for today. So there's a lot of volunteer activity going on here at TF South from Lansing, and we want to send a big thank you for those volunteers. As for the Autumn Fest, I think it's great. We've talked about on Channel 4 umpteen times that downtown Lansing with the Park Plaza, that build it, they will come. And I think what we saw the last 3 days here in Lansing is that the Park Plaza, the Fox Lumber site could be a destination place for the people of Lansing to come to. And again, build it, they will come.
And that is what, there have been tons of people out there. We've been out there all day. We've seen them all, and should come out and check it out. It's a great event. Noreen, we'd like to thank you for coming out here. And John, thanks again for all your help and seeing this vision finally kind of come to fruition.
Puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, it totally does. So
I'd really like to thank John. He's done a wonderful job, and working with him and all his people has just been fantastic.
Great. There you go. You got your praises. So this has been day 3 of Lansing Autumn Fest. Well, I'm here at the final day of Lansing Autumn Fest. I'm here with Joe Ellen. And we've had you on Channel 4 before talking about the fest, but now we are in the midst of it. And how has it been so far? How's the reception been?
And wonderful, absolutely wonderful. We speculate over 2,500 people were here on Friday. And Saturday we had some inclement weather, but we had a nice crowd. Saturday night the bands were wonderful. The high school came out, Memorial and Heritage came out and played under the tent because of the rain. So it's been a really fun-filled weekend. And as you can see, the sun's really trying to come out. We had a wonderful military experience this morning. And we have people over at TF South now for the Pillars of Honor.
So one thing that has been probably really big here is the food.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people have come out, and there's a lot of good food out here. Could you tell us a few of the vendors that have been out here?
Sure. We started down around the front with Wingstop, and then we went over to Subway. We have Subway out here. We have Baker's Pizza. We have a gal from Portage. That's the name of the business is You're Gonna Love It, and she's carrying Mexican food. Of course, Linny Q is next, and then we have Ace Catering with their Dragos, and George from Mr. Euros is here, and then this is my booth here, JJ Kelly's.
I was gonna say, you can't forget JJ Kelly.
No, we can't. And then we had all of our crafters across the way. All different kinds of people were here. We had head control here with feather things for their hair, and we had mums, and we had the churches and Boy Scouts out. Water's Edge had a beautiful booth out front, and then we had Fred Postma from with the beanbags. He's over here also. So
Again, a lot of stuff going on out here.
yes. And we had Patty here from TF South. We had a really nice little alumni area. So people from TF South, all the old alumni came in and checked in and kind of said hello and looked through all the old yearbooks. So
I did that too. I was an old alumni, so I checked in. So you can check me out and check my check-in over there.
okay, all right.
And what other events do you have going on today? What else are we wrapping up with here today?
We have the blood drive going on right in front of the fire station, and they are at capacity. They have a wait. It's been overwhelming how many people have given blood. And then we have a chili cook-off at 3 o'clock over there. And on the main stage, we'll have a country band called Brushfire.
Okay, all right. Well, again, I mean, this has been a great event. Have you had a chance to get out and have some fun yourself here?
A little bit. We got on the homemade dance floor out there last night. So we tried to get the mayor out there, but he wouldn't dance. So
overall, it seems like it's been a success. Would you agree with that? Would you say it's a success for you?
this was a wonderful, wonderful event. So many people from Lansing and all the surrounding areas came out. So yeah, we accomplished what we set out to do, and we will be back next year, bigger, better, and better weather, hopefully.
Yes, it will be better weather, I'm sure. And this, again, Lansing Channel 4 is just really excited to have been here to cover this, to share it with everybody. And we will be out here next year to cover the 2013 Lansing Autumn Fest. So, Joellen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank Channel 4 for doing all this coverage. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thank you for watching.